Good evening, welcome to the craft store, welcome to John Next Door, the art of craft and crafts too. That's quite a lot to do, so we've got an amazing launch for you tonight. So thank you for joining me here on the craft store. Hopefully you can watch us live on Facebook. I can see we've got a lot of people watching. Evening Valerie, Elaine, Karen, Emma, Francis, Erica, loads of people. And yes, we've got loads of people watching on YouTube as well. So just remember, if you do want to ask any comments or questions or anything, then please pop over to Facebook, as that's the only place we can actually see the comments. So that is the best place to go. So what are you doing? What are you joining us? You're joining us on the craft store, and the craft store is a brilliant Facebook platform that allows us as some sort of suppliers to supply to you direct products and launches. So everything tonight is available exclusively through the Art of Craft, which is our sort of direct channel for anything John Next Door Crafts to. It's what we call the official home. So you'll get everything, and remember, everything is free P&P over £20. So tonight's bundle, which is a brand new exclusive launch, is effectively free P&P in the UK. So I think that is an absolutely amazing thing. So what are we talking about? What am I waffling about here? Sorry, I should say welcome to the Craft Cave. You're visiting me in the Craft Cave here in Sheffield. This is where I work. This is my desk. But what are we talking about tonight? Well, this is sort of what I would say the last of my sort of formal FrameMaker dies. If you've seen the FrameMaker dies before, you'll know that they basically make you a perfect frame and a matten layer. And tonight is the last two, which are the beautiful Wave FrameMaker and the Daisy FrameMaker. Now you'll see it says there the size. This is 7x5. So the frame that first one makes is a perfect 7x5 1-inch wide frame. Now we did something similar in Christmas last year, and loads of people, it sold out within the first 24 hours, and loads of people asked, would we be doing it again? And the answer is always no. They're always limited edition runs that we do. So this is one of our very limited editions, this one. But this has brand new inserts. But then you've got the other FrameMaker, the Wave, and this is completely new because this gives you a perfect 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 frame. Gives you a perfect eighth of an inch on the outside and on the inside. Let me pull up one I've taped together so you can see. So you get an absolutely perfect 7x frame every single time. And again, this size we haven't done. If you did manage to get any of the Christmas dies, they will work as additional layers on this. So this will work as additional layers, and this will actually work with the inserts from Christmas. So if you got the inserts from Christmas, it also works. The inserts on these work on all of the others as well. So that is our very first bundle tonight. So you're going to get in here, and I'm going to look at it, yeah. So you get 6 dies in each set. So the 7x5 has this beautiful daisy panel in the middle of it. And I've got to show you the sample that's on the front of that. Look, that is beautiful. It's using the sparkle pens to make a stained glass. Now, don't worry, there are 6 videos already on YouTube for you to do this. And our June is frantically doing the written instructions as well. Then there's 6 dies in the Wave FrameMaker. This is my favourite. I used this for Sammy's birthday card this year. So that is absolutely beautiful. So again, apart from getting that frame, you get that beautiful centre, which just looks like waves. So that is the brand new and exclusive bundle. So this is £36.50. It's a saving of £7.50 on the recommended retail price. So that is a saving above what you would get anywhere else, although this is exclusive to the Art of Craft. This is the only place that you are going to be able to get this. And I'm going to do loads and loads of demos, and I'm going to show you loads and loads of ways to use it and loads of ideas. But we have got another bundle as well. So I want to click onto that other bundle because we're adding into here the flowers and leaves that we launched, I think it was last week or the week before. So these were designed to match exactly. So if you missed out on these have been included as well. So you have an option to get both of the brand new exclusive FrameMakers. So this is still an exclusive bundle, and the slimline flowers and leaves. And these are clever because these are designed to fit within your mini machines. So these will fit your smaller machine. So you could sit in front of the telly at night, as I know our Jane from the Art of Craft, who's sort of Jane the big boss, was doing the other night for a Zoom class. She sat in front of the telly and cut these so easy. So you can get all 4 of those, and that bundle is just $49.99. And that is a saving of £10 on the recommended retail price. So basically, for another sort of, what we're talking, 36, 46, 47, 48, for another sort of £13, you're getting a flowers and leaves. So if you missed out on these, I really would encourage you to go for that bigger bundle at the $49.99. So we have got a couple of other bundles or options on the show. So you can, if you want to, buy either of the FrameMakers. So if you're saying, right, well, really, I just want the smaller frame to fit on a 7x5 card perfectly, you can get that one. They're just $19.99. Or if you want just the bigger frame, you think, I'm just going to make bigger frames, or I absolutely love that daisy panel. It is my absolute favourite. It was actually an idea from Jane to do that one. And I just absolutely adore it. I think it's so clever, that one. So if you want either of those, you can get those at just $19.99 each. So those are available at $19.99 each, which is still has a saving. So there's a £2 saving on what the recommended retail price is. And we say based on recommended retail price because they are only available here through the Art of Craft. So we can't compare and say, oh, well, there are this on Amazon and this on eBay, because they're not available on there. These are only available here through the Art of Craft. Paul Killer says, everyone is grabbing John's big bundle again. This is what I love about doing this on the craft store, because you can interact. So if you want to interact, go on to Facebook, put the word question or the letter Q and ask your question. And if I spot it, because it's there in front of me, I will try and answer your question. But don't forget, we still do other live hours. So we do Wednesday at 6 on the Art of Craft, Wednesday at 7 on John Next Door Official for Craft Cave Live, and we do Saturday night at 6 on the Art of Craft. So there's loads of different things. Now, one thing I will say about these, because Leslie's just mentioned it, who's our senior angel, these are absolutely perfect for paper piecing, something I used to be quite not into. Now I've gone crazy for. So I'm going to show you some samples, but I want to show you the dies and I want to show you the other things. I'll show you one more bundle we've got tonight. This is my favourite. This is our beautiful canvas card. It has that beautiful canvas effect. This is a 50 pack. So you're going to get 10 of the light blue, the stonewash, 10 of the denim, 10 of the sort of marine blue, 10 of the royal blue, and 10 of our coconut white. So everything you need to do this one, this will actually work for you. And this is just $14.99. So that actually works out. I'm running out of space. I've got things piled absolutely everywhere. So that works out at just 30 pence a sheet, which is absolutely crazy. And again, they will get the orders out as quick as they can. They have got a little bit of a delay because of some stock coming in from America, but that is all in now, so everything is coming out quickly. And remember, apart from the card, every bundle we've got tonight is free P&P in the UK, because it is just £20 spend to get free P&P. So I'm going to take you through the dies. I am going to demo, I absolutely promise, so do not worry. And Janice Lowther, sorry for being late. Don't worry about being late. Join us whenever you can. Oh, Julie just said, oh, look at those colours. Yeah, Julie, these colours. It's so hard to find a set of 4 blues that work and that deliver. And look what they look like in this. Just teamed with that frame. I mean, the frames are just amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the dies. So I'm going to take you through the bigger one first, which is 513 Daisy Frame Maker. And the idea of this is, there is your Frame Maker die. one single piece, which will cut you a perfect 1-inch frame all the way around with one pass. So it absolutely works perfectly to give you a 1-inch frame every single time with one pass. So you don't need any more nesting dies and laying them out or anything. Yeah. Michael's just asked about the magic mat. The magic mat is available on the Art of Craft website. It isn't on the page for tonight, but you will find it actually there on the website. We'll see if we can find the code for you, Michael. So you get that, which is to me really, really, really clever. But then you get the inserts, and this time I've gone for a very modern insert. These are bubbles. So these fit in perfectly like this. But of course, these will fit in through our 5-inch frame. And these two will fit in our 6 and our 7-inch frames. They will fit in everything. Caroline's asked, when are we bringing the Christmas dies? Christmas dies will launch in July at Doncaster, I believe. I think that's the plan. I'm currently working with them at the moment. So you add those together and it gives you a perfect frame with all the bubbles in it. Absolutely love this. And of course it's designed this time because I've used this, look, on the smaller frame from the other one. So you can actually put both of the inserts work on both of the sets as well as all of the other ones we've worked as well. So I just love the bubbles. They work separately as well. I could honestly keep sort of floating through pieces, but just show you this. So what I did with the bubbles, look, I just cut them 4 times into a piece of white card. Yeah. So it fits exactly right. Just had a question, Christine. Why does your JND 513 say 5x7 on the Art of Craft? It says 6x3 1/4. Probably because I've got the packaging list wrong. Let's have a look. No, should say one is 7x5 and one is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. There's 2 different ones. Doncaster Helen Louise is in July. I love what Leslie said, she wouldn't do without these. So you see those, like bubbles in a glass or water. But look, all I've done is put them over a really messy background. It works so well. Or here again, how beautiful does it make what I'd class as not nice, nice. Or, you know, just on a piece of plain card, it works. I've got so many other pieces I wanted to show you. But then, of course, you've got this beautiful centre in here. So I want to show you some of the cards made with this. Sorry, I know I'm wittering, but it's lovely. What's Biddy just said? Hi, John, just bought your FrameMaker collection before coming here. Can't wait to go. Thank you. Thank you, Biddy. That is so kind. You know, really appreciate all the help and support that you're giving us and giving us now that everything's direct. It is just so good. But you see here, this is actually using the frame from the other one. But look how beautiful that is. Or here, just floating over a panel made with our beautiful starlight pastes. Clipped out and put onto glitter card. Over a piece of patterned paper. This is my favourite. Leslie's pushed out only the flowers. Yeah? And everything else is in gold. But look how beautifully it's framed. Here's one of our carols. Beautiful. All she's done is paper piece in the leaves. And then again on that other frame. Here, with the other frame, just cut in black. And cut out, put on grey. Absolutely stunning. So that is... Oh, you have lots of little bubble confetti left. You do, and they are perfect circles. Ali said that. Ali, they are absolute perfect circles that come out of this. I'm really funny, you know I am. That's why I draw things myself. So they're absolutely perfect circles. They're not elongated or weird. So they give you perfect circles. So you could paper piece those. So that's the first one. So that on its own, $19.99. In the bundle of 2 of them exclusive tonight, $36.50. Or for $49.99, you can add in the beautiful flowers and leaves from a couple of weeks ago. I adore these, I really do. So let's move on to the second one. So the second die here, and this is what makes us this thinner frame. So this makes us a frame that is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that measurement is all about this top here. So 4 3/4, 6 3/4. So it means on a 7 by 5 frame, it gives you a perfect 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Top and bottom, you don't need to know what's the top. It works every time. So on this one, you get that beautiful FrameMaker die again, all fixed, so you can cut hundreds of them and get exactly the same time, same one every single time. Then you've got these leaf outlines. These are absolutely gorgeous. These put you in, and I thought you could use these for anything. Like you could use these for Christmas almost. It gives you a beautiful variegated, almost like a rose leaf. And again, 2 longer, 2 shorter. So these will fit in your 6-inch and your 7-inch FrameMakers. Yeah. These will fit in to your 5-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch FrameMaker. So they'll fit in perfectly. But just to show you, look how beautifully that cuts. And I'm going to put it on blue because I've got a blue frame cut. But how easy it is to back it with another colour and see no colour on the front. Yeah, it is just absolutely beautiful. Now, someone said they're having problems with the Art of Craft website. So if you are, don't worry, just keep trying. It will come back on. It will come back. There is stock on there. I know that over 50% of these had already sold before we came live. So, just so that everybody's aware, but if the website is running slow or is causing you problems, don't worry. There is stock because it's exclusive to us at the moment. So we will make sure that we put more on if anything goes or anything. But there's sort of your look. So I've just given you the link just to that bundle to make it a little bit easier. But then your centre for this is this one. This I loved. This I used for Sammy's birthday card. And I should nip in the house and get it, but I know I'm going to run out of time because I've already been waffling so long. But it gives you the perfect paper piece. And I've got to bring you the samples from this. Look at these again, a mix of mine. This is one of our Leslie's. There's endless possibilities, but look at that. Done with just glitter card and mirror card. Think about all the cards you can use. This is so clever. Can you see here? Leslie's used in the FrameMakers. She's used the notched frame. She's used the notch frame dies. So some of those will fit in. So she's used the notch frame inserts to work. Yeah. But look, just putting it on a piece of our double-sided adhesive with glitter. Yeah. So clever. This is one of my favourites. This sat on my back for ages. Not using the actual pieces, so not actually using the outside frame or anything. All I've actually done is to make the middle. So don't think, oh, I've got to make massive cards, 5x7 with this. No, look, this is a 6x4. Just using that panel. Here, again, another one of our Leslie's, red and blue. You can almost change it. Here's one of our Carols. The same die. It's almost female and male. That's so clever. Here's one of mine. So this is on the video. So don't worry, you'll be able to see how this one is done. But this is clever. If you watch the video for this, you can watch the video for this. This is made with the waste from this card. It really is. Oh, Alice just said, I love this graphic die, stunning. Graphic die, that's the perfect name for it. Thank you. But here's one of Leslie's. Just on patterned paper. Use your patterned paper, ombre patterned paper. Another one here where she's just used 2 of the bubble frames of the bubble inserts and then set it on. Yeah. So yes, Stephanie, we will be in Doncaster this year. I think it's the 16th and 17th of July, something like that. But look how beautiful that is. Or here, simple offset. I know this is our Carol because of the leaves. Like a shadow, white on black. Another one using the waist on the frame. Perfect. And there, another one, black and white, negative and positive. Again, that will be using the waist. But these are, to me, absolutely stunning. I've got more to show you. I'm sorry, there is a full gallery up. I don't want to bore anyone with pictures. I will show you how to use them. I promise I will genuinely show you how we actually use these. And I will demo them. But remember, I will be back on Wednesday at 7 to demo them more. And you have got all of those videos. So honestly, don't worry. So here, just using the inserts on a card. Here, using the inserts in the middle and on the frame, swapping colours. Again, using on a plain piece of card the inserts to give you a little corner. Yeah, this is one of our carols. Creating those bubbles. All I want to see on here, Carol, are some little fish. Really do. But using everything. Using the inserts for one of the smaller frame makers and framing just a piece of it. So clever, Leslie. One of mine, just using the frame makers to frame scrap strips of card I stuck down. But works so well with the beautiful flowers and leaves. You can see why I put those with them. Those flowers and leaves are absolutely perfect with this because they match exactly. Here's another one of our carols, 3 flowers in a row. You don't need to use the centres. Another one of mine, just embossed. Yeah? So Erica's just told me Doncaster is the 12th and 13th of July. Thank you, Giggleswick Erica. So it makes a perfect thing. Again, shake a card with the waist. Love this one. Bubbles. Bubbles running up with strips of different colour behind them. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. Classic and simple, just 2 inserts cut onto a card. What size are the frames, please? Apologies if you already said, says our Trish. The frames, Trish, are 7 by 5. So the largest frame maker is 7 by 5. And the smaller piece is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Made to go on and fit absolutely perfectly. And of course, you've 3 options to get these tonight. So you can get these as a bundle on their own of the 2, saving yourself $7.50 on the RRP of 30 for $36.50, which is absolutely crazy. You can get them with the flowers and leaves that we launched a couple of weeks ago. If you missed out those, the beautiful Belinda flower and the stunning leaves designed to go through your smaller dies. So again, if you've got smaller dies, smaller die cutting machines, and you want to fit them, you can fit them with these really, really easily. So you can get that bundle, or you can have them individually if you want at $19.99 each. So you can pick which one you want to do. Oh, the bubbles would look good coming out of a champagne glass. They would, Andrea. What a brilliant idea. So I've whittled on about prices and everything for long enough. I want to show you, first of all, one of the tricks I do when I'm making my frame makers, but also one of the how easy these are to use. And I know I've gone through this a lot, but this is something I really wanted with these 2, was to have that proper mat and layer. So I've taken 2 pieces of card. I've taken a piece of our coconut white and a piece of the marine blue. So they come from the card pack that we've got on the show. So I actually know that I've got 60p's worth of card here. And all I'm going to do is put the 2 dies on, and this is why I love this rectangular look and size. And that is because you can fit both of them on A4, so you're wasting no card. But the dies have been designed so well, it will easily cut through 2 layers with absolutely no problems whatsoever. So I tend to do this because I'm lazy, but it's also easier. So I'm cutting 2 layers together, putting them on, and I'm using obviously my A4 machine, though both of these will fit through your A5 machines. You may need to move your bigger frame up a little bit, but they will fit through your smaller machines. And you can see all of your panels will and everything fit through those. In fact, let me show you. Can you see here? Look. So everything in these die sets will fit through an A5 machine. If anyone's having trouble getting on the Art of Craft website, it might be worth waiting till after 10 p.m. when the site will be less busy. Just an idea from you all. Thank you for that, Biddy. Yeah, don't worry. Whilst this is a limited stock, all of the stock is allocated, obviously, to us at the Art of Craft. So, and once these have gone, we won't be reordering them. So if you are struggling now, try a little bit later. What about having the bubbles coming out of a bathtub if you have a stamp or a die? Clever idea, our Sarah Jane. Do you know, we've got some really clever crafters in our community, and we are genuinely a community. So you see here, look, that is how easy it is to make your frames. And I want to show you again something a little bit clever with these and what I tried to do. So you can see tape comes off, spare card, and the dies go off there. Spare card goes in my little spare card box. So what I've actually got in here is actually enough for 4 cards or projects. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Did a little bit of craft the other day, says our Trish, and used the smaller die cutting machine for the first time. I know, I've had it in the box for months. Have to say, so she had it, and she has to say it's a brilliant thing. What die cutting machine do you recommend, John, as there's so many on the market? Best thing to do, Michael, is to ask me that on private message, because we're not 100% sure what we're recommending at the minute as to what I'm happy with, I've tested. So you can see here, by doing it this way, what I've got is a perfect white frame, yeah, and a perfect blue frame at 1 inch. So if I swap them over, look, a perfect 1/8 of an inch blue, a perfect 1.5 inch white. That means at the moment, that frame is 30p based on the card we're using. So you've got a perfect professional mount for photos, for pictures, for cards, for projects, for scrapbooking for 30p. But you also get these other pieces. So you get the middles, and these have been designed again to be on the right size. So the larger middle is basically, it's 3.25 by 5.25. But these will mat and layer. So there are, and look, oh, what a surprise, 1/8 of an inch border. Exactly the same on the other one. So effectively, the frame each, that's 15p, that's 15p, that's 15p, that's 15p. So we've got the potential for 4 projects straight away from just 2 sheets of card. That's what I love about these. But I wanted to show you something else about framing and why frame. So I've got one here that I've already glued together. And all I've done, is it a new blue card? It's a newish pack. We launched all of our canvas card together. So we launched all of our canvas card together at the same time. But what we've been doing is slowly launching a set of colours on a show so that people, so you don't have to buy it all at once. So it has been out, but if you've not ordered it before, but it's not one we've brought to TV or live before. So it's not our essential card that we've done in certain blues. This is the canvas card. So let's put that down. But what I wanted to show you is why frame. And this is a piece I did on a live a couple of weeks ago. It's a lovely piece, but it's got no finish to it, right? Look what happens when I frame that. I'm going to go live forward so you can see. Look how beautiful that is when it's framed. I think it's just so gorgeous. It's nothing without, but it works. But there's another clever thing I did on these. And this is something I wanted to do, is most of us have got 3D embossing folders, and they're all 6x6 or 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, which means that we have to work out how to cut them down if we want to make something different. Look, I made sure the FrameMaker would frame perfectly your 6x6 embossing folders. So from any company, doesn't matter who they are, yeah, it really doesn't matter whose they come from, the frame will fit. And it will fit with space. You can see there's space. But I wanted you to be able to take things you've already got and frame them. But look, changing it for a patterned one. Yeah, it works really, really well. So that's using those outsides. Now there's videos to show you how to drop the inserts in, and you've seen me drop the inserts in. And I've got to take this comment that our Carol's just put on. The frames actually make the card, I believe. I believe they really, really do. Susan, we've not got any more embossing folders planned at the minute. But I am working on some, so don't worry. So what I thought I'd do is I'm going to show you my favourite and a little trick that I've done with these. So obviously, you know, you want to see demonstrations. You want to see what to do. So we know about framing, but I wanted to show you, basically what we can do with that beautiful panel. So this is in the JND 513 Daisy FrameMaker. And all I've done is you take this panel, yeah, and I put it down. Now, you know, I'm funny about card. Anyone who knows me knows I hate waste. So I've taken a piece of our A4 card and I've cut it down to 5 3/4 inches. I then rotate it round and I cut it down to 4 1/8, so that I've got 4 pieces of card, which is exactly what I need for this, that will fit this panel. So it makes it so much easier. I made sure that we weren't wasting card. So if you want to make something like that, that only uses 1 sheet of card because it's 4 pieces that fit on 1 A4 piece. So again, I wanted to show you how they cut. I really think it's, I mean, you can see I've got them all cut anyway, so I'm not going to. Deborah Wollenscroft's just made a brilliant point. The inserts could be used for Christmas. They could. The inserts, you put dark green behind them, Deborah, you are going to get the most beautiful looking holly. And then just if I put that behind a dark green frame, yeah. Oh, in white it looks like lace. It does, doesn't it? Can you imagine strips of it down? But what you do is you put a red dot in there. It will look like holly and berries. So you can extend it. We've got to get, if we're going to spend $36.50 on 2 die sets, which is an A4's worth of metal, then to me, you've got to get value from it. You've got to be able to do more. So you can see there, let's give it a flick. And watch, look, every little bit comes out. It cuts like an absolute dream. So for this trick, what you need to do is you need to cut that 4 times. So you need to cut that 4 times, and you need a scrap piece of card for the back. Now, what I tend to do is, here I've got a 5 3/4 inch piece. So all I'm going to do is cut this down to 4. So I've cut it in half. It's like A5. Cut it down to 4 1/8, and I know then I've got a perfect quarter of the card. And then what you want to do is take 1, 2, 3 of these, doesn't matter which ones, yeah, and then you're simply going to spray glue 1 and stick it down, yeah. You're going to take number 2, spray glue, and stick it on top. And I will hold this one forward so you can see. This is why I do die cutting. Look, that's now 2 layers deep, but it's exactly the same size the second time than it is the first, and it's going to be exactly the same the third. So again, so you can see I'm terrible for doing this. Everyone always says, "Oh, I spray off. I spray off. You know, I spray off camera. Am I spraying into anything? No, I'm spraying into the air. I'm terrible. Please don't do what I do." And then here's my 3rd layer. The reason we do 3rd is that makes the card a nice 3 millimeters thick. Yeah. Sarah Jane just said that's a lovely colour combo, the blue set. It is. I love it. And that means that we can now start putting our mediums in here. So I'm going to use our beautiful pastel sparkle pens. But what I can do is, you could use your Pearl Dimension, your Nuvo drops, whatever you want. But look, all I'm doing, colouring inside. It's the easiest way to get that sort of almost handmade stained glass look. It's so, so simple. So I'm just going like that. And again, if I wanted to, I'm just going to colour this flower, and I'm not going to finish the whole card that way. I've got this already done. But I wanted to show you, you can actually also put things like your diamond glaze or your glossy accents in here and make a beautiful 3D thing. Dawn's just saying she loves a 4-in-1 tool as it's lightweight. My hands don't hurt now. The 4-in-1 tool that I've been using is crazy. I'm going to use that in a minute when I do some paper piecing, because I've got to do some paper piecing. So there we go. But this is why you do it 3 times, or you cut it 4 times. Yeah, look. I can drop the green. Look, this is very liquid. Don't worry about going over the rim. But because it's done, it won't splay in. So that flower, the green's not leaking into the yellow's not leaking into the green. If I want to take it a stage further, I use something like, I'm using diamond glaze, which was the original, but you can, a lot of people have got glossy accents as well. This happens every single time on this one. I'm terrible for doing this. So, but I want to show you can really go to town with liquid products in here as well, if you want to. So you could use, like I say, your Nuvo drops. You could use your pastes and things like that. But look, it creates you an absolutely perfect well. And as long as you've glued it down, it won't leak. So you could just pour all your different mediums into this. So, there we go. Nice and simple. I want to do the whole flower so you can see. Do the centre as well. But you can see it doesn't leak. This is what's so clever about it. So, I can't hold this one forward. I really can't, but I will try. But look. You see there? It's like enamel. You could start pouring embossing powders in there or things like that. Oh, Shirley's just said she loves a 4-in-1 tool. Yeah, I'm going to use that in a second. I promise you I will use mine in a second. So I could colour all the bits in. I've already done that because it's too boring for everyone to watch. But look, let me show you front on. Look at that. So that is just using the sparkle pens and colouring it in. And it's absolutely beautiful. So I've just had a, let's go on to the overhead. Well, I had a question. Question, John, the glitter pens still be in store for Christmas? It depends on stock. Well, we don't reorder stock, but they are in stock at the moment. And I would imagine that they will be. So we have the pastel and the festive ones, but they should be able to. So, John, trying to buy the 36.50 bundle, but it's saying they are separate at $19.99 each. Nope, there's a whole separate there's a separate product line for them together at $36.50. It's the second one on there. If you're having problems with the website, don't worry, they will come through, but they are still available on there, I could tell. And you colour over a line by mistake, you can just glue another layer on top, says Ali. That's what we do. So can you see here? It's a mess. The green I've gone over. That's why we cut 4, and that's the clever. I don't know if we do the glaze, Michael. I will find out for you for Wednesday. So, Pam, question. John, can you please repeat the size of the frames, please? Both saying 6 by 3 and 4 and 3/4, 3 3/4 and 4 by 3 3/4. Right. I think we've obviously got a problem on the website. I will run through them. But look there, how that looks. Absolutely perfect. So I need to cut a frame for these, so I will run through these. So go with what's on the picture. Yes, Deborah, there are new flower panels coming. There's a new flower panel to fit this one coming, and there may be a Christmas one as well. So let me grab the actual dies and I can show you. So to answer your question, Pam, JND 513 contains the 7 by 5. So it's the JND 513 with the daisy on the front, the daisy frame maker, which is the 7 by 5. Yeah. JND 512 is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So if you're choosing a size, choose which size you want from that one. So don't go on the website, go on the physical product in case the website is wrong. Obviously, I can't check it whilst we're actually looking into it. But basically, you're wanting the one with the daisy. And yeah, the picture on that one is wrong. So the one with the daisy, the picture is wrong on the website. I've just checked it. Don't worry, the product will be right, but the picture is wrong on that one, which will be me. I'll have sent Charles, who does the website, the wrong picture. Yeah. You could, Trish just said, you could use a different layer for the top layer to make it pop. So I want a frame for this. Yeah. So, and I want to just offset almost this soft blue. So I'm going to use the absolutely gorgeous stonewash colour, and again, white. So I'm going to use the stonewash colour from that card pack and a piece of white, and I'm going to make two at once because to me it seems a shame not to. So again, here I've got the daisy and the wave, so I've got the 7-inch and the 6 3/4 inch. Maureen's just said she's just ordered the bundle and it was all okay. So yeah, just keep an eye on the website. If it is running slow, it will pick up. And there is, of course, the bigger bundle, which is the best value, is if you missed out on the flowers and leaves, get that bigger bundle with the flowers and leaves. Because that is just crazy, crazy value at $49.99. And free P&P, remember. Yeah? Oh, Catherine's just got hers. Thank you, guys, for getting them. So these here, see here, still card left to do for flowers or leaves or anything. But I get my perfect, I mean, literally one piece of tape holding both dies. That's what's so good. That is what's so cool about this. So there I've got, again, 4 frames and 4 middles. Absolutely perfect. So I'm going to take a blue, a thick blue and a thin white for this. But look, works straight off. And all I do, you don't even have to use foam tape to get them going through. So you don't have to put foam tape to mount your actual frames together. You can go with just normal glue. The definition is there. See how simple that is, literally. The definition is there just by gluing it. You don't have to go mad putting foam tape on if you don't want to. That's a foam tape frame. That's a plain frame. That's it. And again, look how that just frames it. How that takes that piece from being a little bit messy to there. So someone's just asked us to pay. So that's the link to purchase anything on tonight's show on. I've just put that one back on for you because Jackie's just asked. So click on that, it will take you to the website. And you can see there how that works. And then onto a bigger card and go, or onto a 7x5 card and go. I'll show this one forward because sometimes the colour makes, but look, that's better. It looks so much better on a front on. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. So there we've got a beautiful frame. So let's use, I've got a piece left then, haven't I? Because I've got a piece now that is sort of 5, which is a light blue, or what I call this the stonewash blue. And against the white. Sorry, people are saying I was doing that card. I love that card. The sparkle pens really make a difference. But remember, you could use your alcohol markers and stuff, but then without the brush, it's hard to get into the little bits of this. Just to say, it is a little bit harder with a normal felt tip to get in. I don't want to give anyone, the wrong impression. The brushes make it so much easier. So this time I'm putting a plain frame together. So this is the other side of those pieces. So if I was just using the frames, as I said, these have cost us 30p for the frame in card, using our card pack tonight. Literally, because it's 30p a sheet. So, you'd actually get out of that card pack, if you were just cutting frames, so you'd get 50 of these. Is that right? Yeah, you get 50 of these out. So I want to show you some paper piecing, and I want to show you exactly what we do with the other piece, or how we can do that simple paper piecing. So I've pre-cut me bits because it would be boring, but again, I wanted to show you. So all I've done is cut this in white, and what I've done is I've cut this again in the coconut white. Yeah, and what I've done is I've made this piece a little bit bigger. So I've made this nearly 7 by nearly 5, so that I can pop a frame over and you don't see any out of the outside. Yeah? So what I'm then going to do is I've taken a piece of our, this is the John Next Door double-sided adhesive sheet, which will be on the website. If it's not on the page tonight, you will find it on our website. I've just had a question and I've missed it. If you did colour filling before the third layer and add in the case, it went over the frame to help. Yeah, tune in on Wednesday night at 7 on John Next Door Official, which is all just demonstrations. I'm going to show you how to actually colour it really, really easily without having to be neat. And I've got the piece, because I know I'm not going to get to it tonight. But just to show you, I'm going to show you how we can do that. And actually get like a stained glass window. So I'm going to be doing that on Wednesday. Yes, thank you. Anne says this is the best double-sided ever. It is. I've stopped. As soon as we found this one from Europe, I stopped anywhere else. So I've already glued a piece down. So I've basically peeled it off and stuck it down to a piece of A4 card. And again, cut it to that 4 3/4. 4-in-1 tool. Take the cap off, because there's caps obviously on both ends. But I have it in my holder, so my cap comes off. So I'm going to take the cap off. And I'm just going to take that protective sheet off. Now, if you don't have the magic mat, don't do this. If you don't have the magic mat, go that way down. But it's neater and easier to go this way. But if you do this on anything but our sort of... I think it's called a multi-heat mat. I can't remember what we called it. The silicon mat, basically. I just got to stop calling it a magic mat. It won't stick to it. Anything else, that will stick. See? Sticks to my finger. Then what I did was I cut a 5 3/4 by 4 1/8. So 1/4 of A4 out of 3 colours from that blues pack. So from that blues pack at $14.99, I cut 3 of them. And I'm going to show you in a minute what we can do with those. And all I did was I dropped them onto a piece that I've cut from the magic mat. Because they don't move. Look. Hey! That's so clever. So all I'm going to do is decide which colour I want to do for which piece. It's the easiest thing ever. I've just got some of the glossy accents. So the card I did earlier, you can use glossy accents. I use diamond glaze because that's what I've got, but it's all the same pretty much. This is where the 4-in-1 tool comes in, because look, I'm going to switch over, but I'm going to actually take my cap off because I use both bits. So what I do is find the piece. There we go. And lay them out in the same area. So I want the circles, but look, that's stuck. Watch, how easy is that? And then I use the pokey tool to just pull it in, or if I've got it wrong, pull it back off and just get it right. So literally pick up my pieces and drop them in. And I'm going from this marine blue all of the circles, just like this. Piece in the way, turn your 4-in-1 tool round, pick it out. So just like that. How easy is that? And of course you could make, Christine, the smaller mats are coming soon. You're not supposed to see it. They are coming soon, sorry. I was hoping no one would actually notice that I've got a smaller one. Oh, yippee! Shahab! His order's just gone through all the way from Morocco. Oh, good idea. Just gone for the frame so they'll fit through the letterbox. Very good idea. I hope you've got, like us, a really good trusted postman. So just see, look how easy this is with the double-sided. And you could, at this point, stop and put glitter on. Yeah? So if you wanted to, you could just drop glitter onto this and finish it that way. Or you could put embossing powder on and heat emboss it. But what I wanted to do was to mix colours. So don't forget, you've got enough pieces here to make this 3 times, and it will be a different one every time. And all I'm going to do then is pick up pieces from the other colours. This is where I use my pokey tool more. just to get them into the right position. And if it's not right, I don't press it down until I'm happy. So what I'm doing is, I'm doing kind of stripes, but you don't have to. You see why the mat makes it so much easier. I know I'm not going to get this completely finished, but I genuinely, if you're doing paper piecing, get yourself the 4-in-1 tool, because not all you're doing is that every time is so much easier than trying to pick up different tools. Yeah. So let's see, where do I need? Oh, I need that bit in there. The pickup tool is so good. Look, even for these little small tiny ones to go in like that. Yeah. And again then, so it would be this one there, this one. I wanted to show you, if you're prepared, if you've done your cutting, how quick and easy it is to do this. I've got a piece there that shouldn't be there, so I can take it and take it off so I don't lose it. There's a little bit missing. There he is. Pick him up, get him in there. Pokey tool, turns round. But this is, I love. I know I seem to say it all the time. I absolutely love this one to distraction. I think it's absolutely amazing. You see how it comes together. Twin bundle order has gone through okay. Yay, well done, Ali. Yeah, they will start working them tomorrow, I promise. Then I'm going to switch to the other blue. And just, again, I'm putting them on in stripes almost. But this is why I absolutely adore our canvas card packs, because the colours have been matched perfectly so that you don't have to look through your card selection and go, oh, which colours are going to work with that? Which blue? No, it's all done for you. So you could do this in any of the 10 packs of those and they will work. That's why I did it in the brown. So I could keep going on this. I'm not going to get to finish this. I know I'm not. But I just wanted to show you. I will finish it later. That's why I love the mats. Because look, that won't move now. I can really tip it up. So, and I got something else I wanted to share with you as well. Oh, Jackie, resistance was indeed futile. She's bad. Here's the 3 pieces I cut to make that. But look, if I just lay them down and just offset them, I get the most beautiful offset design. Or if you rotate them, you get a completely different design. A bit like a gate or scribbles or anything. Just clever. I mean, I know I shouldn't say that, but I absolutely love these. And as Leslie says, Jackie, you will love using these so much. So one more thing I wanted to show you very quickly is a lot of people have been asking for more panels. So if you were able to get, so if you got our purse box, the panels fit. Look. So the panels fit perfectly in the purse box die. So these are effectively 2 brand new panels for your purse box. So spot on. But they also fit, now these were made by Leslie, but I've checked it. They also fit Paola's wrap box. So again, if you've got Paola's wrap box and you want to actually put them together, you want to do something new with them, you can. Or with the purse box, you want new centres for them. Absolutely perfect. Andrea's just said, what a fast hour. Yeah, I can't believe how quickly this hour has gone. It's been absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to run you through because I've got about 4 minutes left. So any more questions, guys, honestly, fire them in, you know, because we're here to help. But remember, you can watch this back on the Craft Store YouTube. So you can watch it back on the Craft Store YouTube. You can also watch the videos. There are, and there's a QR code on the back of the packaging to take you there. But if you just go to John Lockwood or John Next Door on YouTube, it will take you. There are 6 videos that show you step by step, filmed here on the overhead, just in the craft cave. So none of this, hello me. They are available now. So watch those and you can see how many different cards and projects you can make. And that's before you even get into the gallery of nearly 80 photos. But to run you back through tonight's exclusive launch, and remember, don't go looking elsewhere because they aren't elsewhere. These are exclusive to our official home, The Art of Craft. And these are your 6 and 3/4 by 4 3/4, and your 7 by 5 FrameMakers, the Daisy and the Wave. Both of them new tonight, just £36.50, a saving of £7.50 on the recommended retail price. Or if you want to add more in, if you missed out on the stunning Belinda flower and the leaves, designed to fit in any making machine you've got, die cutting machine you've got. So if you want all 4, that's just £49.99, which is a saving of £10 on the RRP. Leslie's just said, and I love the purse box too. It will come out every Christmas. Now you don't have to use it for Christmas. Now you can use it all year round. Oh, wouldn't it look nice with that sort of wave centre in it, with some acetate with sweets in, or homemade chocolates, or cookies, or so you can get that one as well. You can, of course, if you want to, get them individually. So you have a choice on this for £19.99 of either the Daisy, which is the 7 by 5, which is JND 513, or you have the 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 JND 512, which is the Wave frame maker. Yeah, so ignore the picture if you're buying individually. The Daisy is the 7 by 5, the Wave is the 6 3/4. So you can get those individually. And finally, we have that beautiful pack of the card I've been using tonight, and I've got some final samples to show you made using that. So these are the cards from the video, but these are all made using those 4 beautiful colours plus white. So you're getting, remember, 10 coconut white, 10 of the sort of royal blue, 10 of the marine blue, 10 of the denim blue, and 10 of the stonewash blue. For that price, 30p a sheet. It's worth throwing it in. Also, throw it in if you get in the bundle, because then it's free P&P, and card that heavy will cost a fortune. So, again, another one done in that style. We're moving to browns, that waist card. And again, this is a video card. Here, my take on Leslie's, made using those beautiful Belinda leaves, flowers and leaves. Yeah, just love the simplicity of that. Again, video for that. Video for this as well on there, showing you how to do that paper piecing. This is in the winter browns colours. Yeah, but they're absolutely beautiful. But I've got to show you 2 of my favourites. Here's one of our Leslie's. There's always a red, gold and black from our Leslie. I think that's beautiful. And again, if you've got some of the Sue Wilson sentiment dies, they fit. Try and make sure all my stuff works with other people's. You know, we all buy from everywhere. So I try and make sure everything matches together. And there is the beautiful one I made the other day, just with waste scrap paper. So thank you for joining me tonight. Remember, if you want more inspiration and more tips, please go on Facebook and go to John Next Door Official. Follow and like the page and you'll get all of the updates on there. And there's a full gallery of everything made tonight. Or go over to the Art of Craft and join there as well. But I will be back at 6 o'clock on Wednesday on the Art of Craft. And if you can join me then, there'll be some more demonstrations and some more deals and more things like that. But thank you for watching me, guys. Take care.